What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. 7 albums in, Raekwon is still sounding as fresh as he did when he burst onto the scene in the 90s as a member of the Wu-Tang Clan. If anything, Raekwon has gotten better with time. He's one of those people that he ages, but his music just gets better and better, just like a fine wine. The Wild will show you a veteran, a legend, who is still able to craft quality music. His lyricism feels like he just sharpened it in the same fashion that you would a sword. His storytelling, while minimal on this album, is still hauntingly great. His beat choice, in my opinion, is like if Rick Ross was from Staten Island. Like, Raekwon just knows the type of beats to go for. Now let me talk about my favorite song, Marvin, featuring cee-lo Green. Marvin is a one-of-a-kind on The Wild. As I mentioned, his storytelling is small on the album, and this is the one song where he really flexes that muscle. This is the story of Marvin Gaye. And if you know anything about Marvin Gaye, you know that he was killed by his father. And I think that Raekwon is able to really fully flesh out the story in just 3 verses. It's kind of crazy how good he is at doing that. And so he's telling the story about Marvin Gaye, and I think it's good for new audiences. Someone like me. Now, I probably have came across how Marvin Gaye passed away or how Marvin Gaye was killed at some point in my life, but it wasn't something that's like at the top of my dome. If somebody said, "How did Marvin Gaye die?" I wouldn't have been able to say his father shot him right off the top of my head. So I like that this was like a refresher course, and it added a bunch of new material, new details about his life that I didn't really know about, like the rough relationship with his father and how his father was treating his mother, and all that stuff that led up to the ending where his father shoots him in the chest. It's crazy. I think when you tell a story and you do it on the level that Raekwon did, that takes a lot of skill, and that should not be taken lightly. Like, this record is one of the best that I've heard Raekwon make in his entire career. I think if you were to make a greatest hits for Raekwon one day, Marvin would have to be on it. Now let me talk about 3 honorable mentions. My Corner featuring Lil Wayne. Someone in the comments when I did the track listing discussion said that Lil Wayne doesn't belong anywhere near a Raekwon or a Wu-Tang project, and I disagree. Raekwon is about the lyrics, and Lil Wayne is definitely about the lyrics. Maybe it's hit or miss now, but he brought it on that record. My Corner, he killed it, and I don't know, anybody that says otherwise is just not really listening. The last 2 honorable mentions are Eminent featuring Pierre, which was a really cool concept. It's basically the two are just spitting back and forth, and it's really like heavy on those 2 letters. Like, think of it kind of like when Papoose did his alphabetical slaughter, and he's like A, illiterate, etc., etc., and it was like every letter was just a word, and he would find a way to rhyme it all. And I think that's what Raekwon and Pierre were going for on this song. So that one is a honorable mention. And then You Hear Me. And I think You Hear Me is on here because of the beat. That beat is cold. Now let me talk about the bad real quick. The only thing that I didn't like was the skits. I did not see a purpose for them. And I said this in my track listing discussion, that I felt the skits were going to be ones that are forgettable. And after a couple listens, I was like, okay, I don't need these skits anymore. Delete, just give me the music. That's all I really want out of Raekwon. Raekwon is 47 and still rapping like he's in his prime. I think the way that hip-hop is evolving, that we're more accepting of older artists. Before, we used to be like, oh, you 40 plus? Oh yeah, we're kicking you out. But Raekwon is proof that as long as you keep bringing that quality music, you can keep going. And I think Raekwon is going to be someone who goes on for at least another decade if he wants to. He can always retire if he wants to, but I feel like Raekwon is someone who can continue to go the distance, especially if he keeps delivering like he does on The Wild. This was a really solid album from the chef. one that I really enjoyed. I felt like there was some good material on here. I think this album, if anything, indicates that retirement is nowhere near in his future. And I'm excited to see where Raekwon takes it from here. Where does he go from here? And how much longer will he be rapping? Because I don't know anybody that's like in their 50s and 60s that's still making quality hip-hop music. There's obviously artists out there, but I think Raekwon could be one of like the first that's still killing it in, you know, in his 50s. So we'll see where he ends up and everything. Raekwon has remained consistent, and that formula combined with his skill is one that wins. So those are my thoughts on Raekwon's The Wild. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Then like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, share the video. Follow me on Twitter at @SermonsDomain, and as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.